In this week's maths, we'll be reviewing our knowledge of multiplication and division. These are incredibly important skills as a mathematician, and it's important that we understand them well. So the question we're being asked is, how much orange juice is there in 20 bottles like this one? If I look at the picture, I can see that this bottle has 414 milliliters in it. What operation will I need to use in order to work out the answer to this question? Pause the video now to work out how you would solve this question. Can you think of more than one way? Did you think of different ways to solve it? Here's what I came up with. In method 1, I worked out that 20 is just the same as 10 times 2. This is really helpful because I can easily multiply by 10 by moving the digits on a place value chart. So first I thought, what is 414 times 10? I can use my place value chart to help me. And I can move the numbers along one place when I multiply by 10. So I worked out that 414 times 10 is the same as 4,140. Once I've worked that out, I knew I needed to add 2 lots of 4,140 to make 414 times 20 instead of 414 times 10. So what I did was I added 4,140 2 times. I added them up and I worked out that 4,140 added together 2 times was 8,280. There's another way to solve this question though. In method 2, I worked out that 414 times 20 is the same as 414 times 2 times 10. So then I decided to multiply 414 times 2 first. I can show my working on the side. So I'm going to line up my numbers, 414 times 2. I'm going to make sure that my ones are all in the ones place. And I'm going to multiply 2 times 4 first. 2 times 4 is 8. Next, I'm going to multiply 2 by 1, but actually this 1 is in the tens place, and so really it means 10. So 2 times 10, which is 20, so I can put a 2 in my tens column. Finally, I'm going to multiply 2 times 4. Again, this 4 is in the hundreds column, which means that it's 400. So really I'm multiplying 2 times 400, which is 800. So I can put an 8 into my hundreds column as well. So I know that 414 times 2 is 828. Next, all I need to do is multiply 828 by 10. I can use the place value grid to help me with this, or if I want, I can solve it by moving the numbers along in my head. And I know that 828 times 10 is 8,280. This is an excellent way for you to check your work if you've used 2 different methods and you've still managed to get the same answer. Here's another question I'd like us to try together. It says, how much apple juice is there in 30 bottles like this one? If we have a look at the bottle, we can see that this Quality First apple juice contains 241 milliliters. Be careful because this question is asking us about 30 bottles, not 20, like the last question. Pause the video now to use both methods that we just learned to solve this question. Okay, did you work it out? I'm going to show you how I would solve this one. Okay, so the first thing that I worked out was that 30 is the same as 3 times 10, which is really going to help me to solve this question. The first thing I need to do is I need to work out what 241 times 10 is. I could use the place value grids to help me, and I could move the numbers along. to work out that 241 times 10 is the same as 2,410. But I'm not multiplying 241 by 10, I'm multiplying 241 by 30 in this question. So now the next thing that I need to do is I need to think, how am I going to change this to be multiplying it by 30? So all I need to do is I need to add 2,410 3 times. So I'm going to add 2,410 1, 2, 3 times. I did my working on the side and I worked out that the answer was 7,230. So there are 7,230 millilitres in 30 bottles like this one. For method 2, I did something quite similar. I knew that 241 times 30 was really the same as 241 times 3 times 10. Then I could do my working on the side. So I knew that 3 times 1 was 3, 3 times 40 was 120, and 3 times 200 was 600 plus 1 more is 700. So I knew that 241 times 3 was 723. Next, I now need to do 723 times 10. Again, I could use my place value grid to help me, or I could do it in my head. And I worked out that 723 times 10 was the same as 7,230. I got the same answer for both method 1 and method 2, so I know I must be right. Okay, now it's your turn. We've had a think about some questions together. You've seen how I've solved them, and now I want you to try and do these independently at home. Good luck!